Good day to all my internet friends out there. This is Brian, your host for On Life, Internet's influence on everyday life. For my second episode, I have here a wonderful educator from Brazil. His name is James Buckmeyer, and he's here to share his thoughts about internet's influence on his life. James, good day. How are you?
And you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So, let's get going with the second episode of On Life. James, I want to know, how does the internet influence your lifestyle?
I think just not me, but all person which have a mobile can show what's happening to his life and just show what's happy, beautiful, and don't show what's not good happen in your life. I think is a virtual and unreal life, and everybody will show what's the most beautiful have has in your life.
Wow, very deep, but I can sense that it also affected your life. Internet is really a part of our life. Now, James, I want to know, what are the positive and negative impacts of being connected to internet all the time? I know as a teacher, we're using internet. Let's make it from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. But sometimes it exceeds. It goes up until 11 in the evening. So tell me, James, what are the positive and negative impacts of being connected into internet every day?
I think the positive impact is we have a connection and friend a lot of words because now I'm talking with you, Brian. I'm in Brazil and you in the Philippines. It's very large space for each other, but now we can talk. I think we can find a lot of information. You show me your country, your neighborhood. I like so much, of course. And this is amazing, but we have a lot of problems. We have a negative impacts like don't spend time with my family because I'm online, see my mobile, what's happen in my community, what's happen in the world, and we must spend time with his special, like a family, like friends, and this is a negative impacts.
Do you have any experience, James, okay, that internet affected your life? So, any personal experience, maybe, today, yesterday, can you share us just, an experience that you really felt that internet dominated you as a person?
Uh, as I'm a teacher, in my work I can't use my mobile because I'm a teacher. I speak it all the time. When I come in home and I want to know what's happening in the with my friends, I use my mobile. But my my daughter don't like because they want my attention. They want to spend time with her, and it is a example for me because I want to see what's happening in the my friends in the world, and my child pay my attention for play and enjoy with her.
Okay, so that's one of the examples. But have you also experienced that, you just focus on, let's say, mobile phone and didn't do anything? Just like, for example, you sat down, had your phone in your hand, look at, the social media. Have you also experienced that, my friend?
No, because I don't like listen audio for mobile, and especially me, I don't use
Oh, I see. But how about the computers? Have you stayed longer on your computer that you forgot that, oh, I need to do the schoolwork, I need to do this paperwork? Have you experienced that?
especially when I use YouTube and I see
Love that.
stories. I forgot the time.
Yeah, well, I think we're both on the same scenario because when we open up a certain link, like in YouTube is the root cause. That's why sometimes we forget our work. But like what you mentioned, there's also positive side of it. If you need to relax, if you need to look something for your lesson, but then there's also this negative. And sometimes, okay, if my listeners can imagine while we're doing this, we're on a video as well. Sometimes the negative is being above the positive effect. So I can really relate on that. You too, better watch out. All right. Now, for the third question, James, how does the internet affected the Brazilian culture? You can use the current situation now because of the pandemic, but then you could also share how does internet move the Brazilian culture?
uh, we have a strange president. If you don't know, his name is Bolsonaro, and this is an example of the use internet for make a lot of problems because they don't like the poor person, and his love army, and he used the power for change our laws about the work, about the resting, about everything. And internet is using for two things in this fact. And who is against the Bolsonaro, who is good with Bolsonaro. And we have a great problem, especially in our friends, because everybody have a different opinions of this. But if you is against of Bolsonaro, everybody said to you, go to Cuba because there are communists. Because Bolsonaro said, if you with me, you are liberal, you have a capitalist. If you are against me, you are communist. And they are a dichotomy things. You have a capitalism and communism, and you have a lot of problems with this.
Well, it's interesting, internet affected the political life of Brazil. So, wow, it's interesting. And even you said president, you call your leader as president, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so wow, it's interesting, and our listeners are also interested and really fascinated on how internet affected your country, and we talk about the political side. So that's nice. Really love that. Okay, but one more question about that. Okay, follow up question about internet affecting your culture. How did it affect normal people's culture? Just for example, your Brazilian friends. How did internet affected your life? Okay. Yeah, technical glitch. Okay, to our guest. Yeah, James. Audio's clear. Okay, wonderful. Sorry. Internet issues. So yeah, as I was saying, James, a follow-up question. I want to know how did internet affected the normal people's life. For example, you. How did internet affected you, your friends? Did it change your culture? Because as time moves, our culture improves. But how did internet affected normal Brazilian people's lives?
Uh, I watch a movie in the Netflix. I think the name is Dilemmas of the Net. internet. I think is
Okay,
which
interesting.
they said uh, uh, which we are the product of the internet because how many times we spend this uh, you are uh, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, they want to stay online and he can change your mind using different opinions. And when I said this, when I watched this movie, I what is happening to me? The internet, the Facebook can change my mind.
I see. So it really affected because on my first episode, I talked with our friends from Egypt and Panama, and they also said that, and yeah, even in Brazil. So I would say that if I'll do a research on how did internet affected us, I can mostly get 100% that it really changed everybody's life. So I have 3 out of 3 already. That's nice. And finally, before we end up our episode, what do you think will be the use of internet in the future? So looking, let's just be realistic. 10 years from now, how do you think internet will affect us? What will be its use?
I think we have internet in all things. Uh, we have I think it's 5G technology,
5G. Yeah, that's right.
which we have a lot of speed for communication. And if you study about that, you see in the internet in everything, in the car, in the bike, in the everything. If you want, I forgot my to turn off my air conditioner. Air conditioner. I can use my mobile and I can turn off this. Or if you want to improve your freezing in your house, you can use it. I think it's very nice, but if you are afraid about the spy, because you are a spy, you everywhere. I think it's a problem because if you have a mobile or anything else which use the internet, you have made a data, and who is use this data? I don't know. The government, the corporation, I don't know.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And now, final words or, personal suggestions to everyone on how they should enjoy internet. So you could give your suggestions to all the listeners out there as a parent, as a teacher. How should they use the internet? Go ahead, James.
Remember, the internet has a lot of tools to improve our skills in the cultural arrest, our awareness about the learn another language, and know different things about what you think what is correctly. For example, we have a colleague, Wida, and if you remember, he don't show your face because his culture is not accepted.
Yeah.
And here in Brazil is very normal, and I can see this uh, like a strange or different, but there are a correct way in this culture, in that culture, and I am egocentric or different or open my mind for this, and internet can open your mind.
Wonderful, wonderful suggestion, James. So I guess that would be it. Thank you very much, James, for giving us the opportunity to interview you and hear your thoughts about internet's influence on everyday's life. So, to all my listeners, you've heard a Brazilian educator sharing his thoughts on internet's influence on his everyday life. So, I'll be inviting you into the next episode and watch out for In Life. Okay? So, internet's influence on everyday's life. Thank you, James.